Okay.
Okay. So this is podcasting kit number 2. This has got the audio interface, the Onyx. And so this guy has an XLR input and a line input, and then also a headphone listening spot. And I put the adapter in there, and I included just some cheap headphones here so that you can listen as you're recording. With this kit also, I included just a cheap instrument cable, a couple of XLR cables, the USB hookup, because this is going to record directly into the computer. And so, you know, the USB from the back to the computer. And then 2 types of mics. You've got the SM58 with a filter on, and you can either put it in a desktop thing like this. It'll work perfectly, as you can see. And if you need a sturdier clip, I'll include one of these, which is a little bit sturdier. That's on this boom stand, so you know you can put that right there, and it'll hold it. And then this boom stand can be used to record. Typically, what this stand is used for is recording like a kick drum or a guitar amp, because it's a short run stand, and you can kind of just, you know, guide a mic down towards something like that. And so that's kind of one option. The other type of mic I have here is a condenser mic, and this is good to record acoustic guitar, which we can do a little bit of in a moment. So the way this one works is you want to place it in here. This we want to thread onto here, so we want to take this off actually, and we want to thread this on. And it'd be easier to do without the mic, so we'll just kind of adjust this for a minute, screw this on. Actually, I can probably just, can I take this out? Nope, I cannot. Right, learning new things every day. So we're going to screw this on. Alright, so we've got that, like that, and so now we probably want to adjust this like this kind of, because we're going to record some acoustic guitar with this. So we put this like this, so the mic's upright, the XLR input is here, and this boom stand is just helpful for supporting it. Okay, so the next part of this setup is we're going to kind of, the other thing, this pop filter here is kind of helpful to just attach to the stand. Sorry, I forgot about this. This will tighten it. Just going to take a second because it's a skinny. So it attaches directly there, and then we can just move, always tightening things, we can kind of just move this here. Like that. We need to tighten this again. Takes a lot of adjusting. All the things have to be tight. Okay. So now we'll take one of our XLR cables, and what we want to do is we want to plug, should be the female end in here, and then into the front of the interface right here. And then we've got the USB cable, and you can see all of this. You're going to want a workspace where you have room to put all this stuff out and around. So I've got my interface here, putting this into the USB. I'm going to attach this here, and then the last thing I probably want to do is I probably want the headphones put into the front.
Go.
All right, so now we're in Wire City, USA, because we've got literally almost everything hooked in except for one of the line outputs. So we've got the mic hooked in, I've got the guitar hooked in here, and then I've got one of my guitar amps. It can honestly be any speaker, but I've got another 1/4-inch instrument cable going from the output here into the input there. And so let's talk about what some of these buttons do. So the headphones that I've got here are monitoring the sound that I'm making. So right now, if I turn direct monitor off and I play the guitar, I'm not going to hear it at all. It's an electric guitar, right? So I'm only going to hear it in my headphones, right? I'm not hearing anything. But now, if I turn on direct monitor, you should be hearing it coming through the amp, right? Because it's a closed circuit. It's going from here through here to there. And that's what direct monitor is doing. Now the same thing is going to go for if I'm talking into the mic. Right now, when I'm talking directly into this mic, because it's right here, by the way, the condenser mic, you can see the little ball there. I took the pop filter away for a minute. You're not hearing it come out of the amp. If I turn direct monitor on, and I'm talking into it, and now you can hear it, right? The other thing you'll notice with this condenser mic is that I have to get kind of closer for it to work. The pop filter might be good to put on when you're ready, because you hear those when I'm saying pop filter. And then there's a couple more buttons on this interface that we want to talk about. With the mic thing here, it's got a 48 volt plus. So that's just going to boost the signal if I turn it on. So here it is with the signal boosted, and then I'm going to turn it off. You can hear it's a little bit different with it on, with it off. Just slight difference. Same thing with this high Z button for the guitar. If I have it on, you can hear it's just boosting the signal. Then of course gain increases the overall signal, right? It's just another volume switch, the same as gain is on the amp. So that's what all that's doing. Then this increases the amount of the monitoring in the headphones and then in the speaker. So these are all 4 volume knobs, and then these are like boosts, and then this is a toggle in between things. So that's pretty much everything with this. And then in the last part, I'm going to record my screen and show how to record with this into the DAW. So we're going to talk real quick about how to get this interface working on your computer. It can be really frustrating, but what you need to do is download the interface or the software that will let the interface work, so the driver. So you go to the website here, mackie.com/products/Onyx USB interfaces 1. You see there's 2 different models in this line. There's one with 2 preamps, and there's one with like the one that I have. So we are going to scroll down the page, and you're going to find here, and you're going to install the driver, and then you might have to restart your computer and then find somewhere in your files where the install is. So like for me, this probably took an hour to figure out, but what we can do during class is just, you know, I can help you walk through this process. But anyways, once you get the driver installed, then what you'll be able to do is record using the guitar plugged in and the mic. So I'm going to have a drummer record some drum audio with the condenser mic, and then the guitar is going to go straight in, and you're going to get a composite of that audio. It won't work unless you have the driver plugged in, so that is the important part that has to happen. All right, so what we just did was we recorded some guitar through the interface, and then we had the condenser mic that was recording the drum set across the room. The condenser mic could also be recording vocals, which is what I'm going to show you at the same time. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to add a solo and some vocals over what I already recorded. Let's listen back to what we have so far. Can you hear how the guitar is more present because it's going direct in? And then the drums balance out nicely from that condenser mic. All right, cool. So now we're going to add a new track, and this time we're going to add guitar bass amp, and it's going to take a second to load. All right, so one thing, when I was recording the mic part, I had to put it on. There were some different options for the Onyx when you have it plugged in via USB. The input line to Onyx Artist. All right, so you can see I added some guitar playing on top of that, and then we'll be done. Just if you have any trouble getting these things added as you're doing them, just change the input a couple of times. Make sure you have the driver installed. It's kind of a troubleshooting thing to figure out what works. So I'm just going to add some vocals in here real quick.
And had no sense of happiness.
I know, I'm sorry, my voice is so monotone, always, forever. Forever, bro. All right.
Not good.
You too, right?
Only like 4 people are gonna see this?
Yeah, exactly. It just needs to be an example, a practical example. It doesn't actually have to be.
Do you have the shoes?
I don't. I need to get them. That was a fun day of learning.
Are you sure it wasn't stressful?
It was a little stressful with the fucking figuring out how to get this to work, but it would be way more stressful.
The next one.
Right. It would be more. No, it should go a little bit smoother.